Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for lending me your time and energy and attention this Friday. It is time for another little segment of Fridays with Phoenix, and that's what I'm here for. Um, Hopefully everyone has been doing well over the past couple of days, weeks, months, and folks are able to find their peace and their joy amongst the hustle and bustle and the wonderfully colorful things that are happening in our reality right now. I do plan on being joined by my sister, Lady Alyssa Maxon Kemp. Hi, Carell, my other half, who's in charge of the tradition with me. Um, but until she gets here, I'll just go ahead and shoot the shit with y'all and remind y'all that wherever you are watching from, if you want to interact, you can interact in the chat function, and I will do the best that I can to include the stuff that happens in the chat. Today, I did want to talk a little bit about some of the things that I was working on or am working on. And then I did have an interesting experience that I do want to talk about and put, into the general discussion for magical people to be a part of. One, the thing that I want to kind of talk about is the idea. Oh, we got my sister here. Well, one of the things that I did
Wow.
talk about was the idea of like getting unfavorable omens and how you cope with that, or how you take that seriously. But before we get into that, I do want to introduce Lady Alyssa, and I love that we really
Hi.
with these hoodies on, really demonstrate what is happening in the
Twins.
right now. It's getting chilly.
It's
Um,
cold.
but how have you been?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty decently. Today was a very light day for me. I got done with work officially at 12:45 today.
Nice.
So, and for a Friday, I'm so here for it.
Nice. I love it for you.
So that means that like I'm free to kind of
All right.
procrastinate on my other responsibilities. Because like it is 1 o'clock on Friday. I don't have any official work yet, but like looking at someone who is technically my supervisor and coworker at the same time, I got shit to do that I shouldn't be procrastinating on.
I know at least one thing you have to sign.
Really? Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk about that right after this. I gotta sign something. I'll probably do that today. Whew, that was funny.
Y'all see my life? Y'all see this, right?
You wish you had it this good. But so yeah, like the urge to procrastinate and settle into a senior like Saturday moment, or like a senioritis moment, even though like there's still stuff to do, is like definitely heavily upon me.
Yes.
So I might take a
It's
trip.
that winter urge to burrow
Oh, absolutely.
and hibernate and not be seen again until the sun comes out.
Right. Yeah, like I actually like I could go into a little cozy cocoon right now and not come out until it's time to meet in Nashville.
Absolutely.
I won't. I'll
No, we
sign the
can't.
thing. I'll probably sign the thing.
We do not have cocoon privileges.
Um, nah, but as far as like stuff that I'm working on or that we're working on, we have hit the ground running, working on adding a bunch of new courses to what which school has to offer. And in totality, we are hoping to double the total amount of free offerings that our educational platform has. And as a way of building momentum for that, we are going to be sending out some teasers and some sneak peeks and some other things for y'all to engage with as a way to continue to pique your interest in what is coming down the pipeline. We've got some diverse talent that will be and that has already convened to make some stuff done. From outside of our own tradition, I am working with someone who specializes in chthonic and Cthulhu energies. And so there is going to be specifically that kind of energy added to the course. I personally do want to see some more left-handed path stuff in the school itself. I know that as Corellians and as Wiccans, we view left-handed path stuff very specifically as a valid path, as a path that can be walked. And we also recognize that some people do not appreciate the darkness in that kind of way. And that is evident in the breadth of theology that is available for dark-handed path kind of situations. And so I am looking forward to seeing some more of that. As someone I think it's interesting for me because I write with my left hand. I am a left-handed person. And that actually has a whole lot that goes along to it culturally. So whenever I hear left-handed this, left-handed that, I automatically want to know more about it. Does it apply to me specifically as a person who innately writes with my left hand? As someone who does a lot of manifesting and banishing with my left hand. What does this mean for me?
I would take that even to a further place because I am, while not equally ambidextrous, I do a lot of things with my left hand and I can write with my left hand. So is it going to be more beneficial to me energetically to do baneful magics with my left hand?
That's what I'm talking about.
Right?
That's what I'm talking about. And it's interesting that you would say that because I used to practice writing the alphabet and writing my name with my right hand.
Absolutely.
Because when I was younger, I had this crazy fear that my hand was going to get stuck into a gear and I wouldn't have my left hand anymore.
That's oddly specific.
Oddly specific, right? But so I do still have both of them. I will throw a ball with my right hand. I can catch with my right hand. I do some lovely things with my left hand for sure. But I really do have an interest in, as a left-handed person, if I am going to do baneful magic, if I just start waving my left hand around, will that have more of an impact?
Mm-hmm. Or if you're writing someone's name down on a piece of paper or something, is it going to be a different energy if you use your left hand?
So I like that.
And is that is that an actual energetic manifestation of the universe, or is that a tool that you are using to connect with that type of energy?
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
that's
so actually, is handedness a determination from our higher self?
Is what?
Is handedness a determination from our higher self?
So it's interesting. Nadia, my daughter, who's 4, has always been strongly right-handed, extremely strongly right-handed, to the point where even as a very small infant, toddler, that line where it blurs, using her right hand for everything, crayons, coloring, very dominantly right-handed. Most children switch back and forth from a young age, but I have always considered Nadia to be especially close energetically to her past lives. She's a wise child.
Heard on that. So yeah, I am excited to see some more left-handed material start to manifest itself in the school and how that'll round out or maybe square out or triangle out the offerings and the interests, because I really do want all of us to be able to see parts of ourselves in this school. I'm super excited to see some movement into the divine masculine and what it means to reconcile and heal the masculine so that it can be the divine masculine? And also, reflectively, does the world know how to recognize a healed man? Does the world know what to do with a man who's not going to be a dastardly patriarch? And the healing that has to occur in order for the world to receive him. Because right now the world abuses him.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see the way that that is taken, and what some of our scholars, our practitioners, and our talent and our experts are doing to kind of craft these courses into our witch school curriculum.
It's very exciting transformation to witness. For sure.
And so I'm looking forward to some, stick-to-itiveness. I'm looking forward to working with all of these people who are volunteering, who are reaching out.
And hey, if anybody out there has a class that you think you want to see being taught on Witch School, please reach out. Please reach out to us. support@witchschool.com.
Absolutely.
We are open to it.
Absolutely. And we are open to the diverse and intersectional presentations as well. So it's not just like the diverse forms of magic and the shades of gray that magic can create, but we're also talking about like a full-fledged intersectional like identity kind of, this is what it means to be a man in
Absolutely.
a craft for a person. And this is what it means to be a trans man in the craft for a person. And this is what it means to be a trans woman in the craft for a person. And I really want to see the various identities reflected in those who are teaching and designing lessons, because I want that intimate part of the identity to be the thing that sparks the higher self connection between student and teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be that authenticity that each individual carries, and the way that they live what it is that they're teaching. I want that to come through in the lesson. And I want that to be the thing that inspires the next generation of people who are going to be coming in and laboring as the midwives of magic.
I love that. So eloquently.
Thanks. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and check out our sponsor. Let's go ahead and check out. So that's how come. I keep clicking the wrong thing. There we go. It's almost like I never did this before. Oh. Okay, we in the right spot now, I think. Nope. Do we not have sponsors anymore? Oh no. All right, so no sponsors today. I'm gonna go ahead and connect with Uncle and the other producers to figure out what's going on with that, so that we can make sure that we honor our sponsors. I also don't want to say who I remember the sponsors were in case they're not sponsoring anymore. So come back next Friday and I give a big old update about who our sponsors are and give them a extra shout out. The other thing that I did want to talk about was the idea of receiving undesirable omens or omens related to misfortune, and how you react to them and how they create this level of cognitive dissonance in practitioners. And I'll start off by giving you, actually, let me grab the deck. So here's personal disclosure, a little story. I got a new deck, the Brotherhood of Light. It is very Egyptian themed, and it is decently in tune with a new project that I'm working on involving, a deeper exploration in Kemeticism and the culture, religion, philosophy, practice of Egypt as like the origin of a lot of the stuff that we still practice today, namely mathematics, astronomy, astrology, chemistry, biology, earth science, all of that stuff.
Art.
Yes. So I am utilizing this deck. This deck is already a mindfuck because it switches out the elemental associations for the swords and the coins. Swords are earth and coins are air.
I don't know
So
about that.
literally your money is on your mind and your mind is on your money in this deck.
Mm.
And the swords as the earth element are the things that will reap you down and make you reconnect with the earth. So the swords usually are like the dastardly omens.
So actually, from a geographical standpoint, I'm not opposed to something that's traditionally a fire element in a desert being swords. Or like the earth element, I'm sorry, being swords, because like it's such an inhospitable fire
Mm-hmm.
type environment. It actually kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird. I don't know if I could read with that.
And it really does take a moment of reminding myself, oh, this spread is dominated by coins. This is not an earth integration. Like, this is an air intellect, like, think about what's going on kind of moment.
Mm.
The major arcana also have different names. The Magus, Isis Veiled, Isis Unveiled, the Reaper, the Martyr, names like that. And in a reading that I gave myself a couple of days ago, it suggested that I was going to die a violent death. That somehow something was going to happen. Hey, Rodney, how you doing? But something was going to happen that was going to lead to a violent death for me. And it was in the present moment circumstances of a Celtic cross spread. So I was like, okay, bet, like this deck, like this bitch deadass said I'm going to die this week. I bet, that's fine. And it made me think.
That's fine.
It is fine. And now, mind you, not only did the Reaper show up, and the according to this interpretation, it is a violent death is upon you. But not only did the Martyr show up, but so did the Reaper, which is the death card for this like deck. So they both showed up, and I'm like, all right, so like your boy probably gonna die this week. Let me start taking pictures of stuff and sending them to people so that they know what to take up out of my house. Because I don't want anybody fighting over shit. Like, me as a spirit, like, I will spank your ass if you try to take something that belongs to a specific cousin. Don't do that. So I'm like taking pictures, like labeling stuff. Okay, I'm probably gonna die. Like, let me, what have you. And like, I'm going through the motions, and I'm like, wait a minute, how come I didn't read this as transformation? Also, what is it about the idea of death or misfortune that makes people want to avoid it so bad that they give it an alternate interpretation or definition? Like the skull with the sickle, literally cutting off heads in the death card. No, that's transformation. Sure, it can absolutely mean that the part of you that's living right now is not about to be anymore. You might have to enter your villain era, so that angelic you gotta die, gotta pass away. And we also know that we are finite beings, so we're going to die someday. What is the point of trying to obscure that with some other esoteric meaning other than the fact that, look, this reading says that death is upon you. If you were to die today, would shit be in order? For a lot of us, no, it's not going to be in order. And I really think that's the big takeaway of when the misfortune and the death comes upon you. It's like, look, this energy is here. And if it were to manifest today, what's the result going to be? Is anyone going to know what you thought about them or felt about them? Is anyone going to know what is theirs from your life that they're going to take to remember you by? Is anyone going to know who to talk to and give love and support to because they're going to be impacted the worst? Do the people that you love the most know exactly how much you care about them? And I think that from now on, whenever the death or the Reaper card comes up, or a card that threatens your mortality, that's the moment that you have to be like, okay, that's right. This is a finite moment. This is a finite incarnation. Let me go ahead and tend to some of these very important things right now. Might not die. This reading that I got for myself, it was for the whole week. So if I'm still here next Wednesday, then I did something to abate or change the situation. Because like once you get your death omen, you can pray, you can make offerings, you can make sacrifices to change your fate. Absolutely. It's only going to delay it because, like, for real, at some point, it's going to happen for all of us. But I do think that when the more fatalistic omens are upon us, it is our nudge to remember that it's stuff that we do absolutely have to do before that moment happens. And we don't always have the luxury of knowing when that moment's going to be upon us.
Listen,
Listening.
when I go, y'all, it's gonna be Lady Wendy style. Even if I have a heads up, like Lady Wendy was telling everybody at Lustration that it was gonna be her last Lustration. She was saying goodbye, like we were never gonna see her again, and we were all like, whatever, Lady Wendy, like see you next year. Like, nope. Her family told me just jars and jars of unlabeled herbs and other spell components, random stuff that they have no idea what it is, piled high, random notes that they can't decipher. That's that's how I'm gonna leave you. You're gonna have to
Perfect.
come into this room
Perfect.
and go through my jars.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go through all of those
Decide what's
jars.
gonna go to my children.
Mm-hmm.
Take something out and be like, why does she have this?
And I will likely know. I will likely know. Like, oh yeah, that was for a thing.
I just think it's funny. You're over there, like, oh, I got an omen of my death. Let me make sure I label everything so everybody knows exactly what belongs to them.
I would hate to have to come back and haunt bitches because they stealing from their relatives. You know how family gets when it comes time to divvying out inheritance. They like to act like they don't have no sense. And I would hate to have to look at the people I'm leaving behind me and like, as soon as I get my ancestor powers, yeah, it's gonna be a flight of stairs for you because that was awful. Like, why would you do that to your cousin? Why would you do that to your auntie or uncle?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like my family is a wonderful family, and I know that grief changes people. Like it's a moment that is really, really hard for a lot of people. And so let me just do everything that I can to cut that out and make sure that, folks know when I go, this is what I expect of y'all. I expect y'all to love each other like I was still here. Don't play with me because when I get my ancestor powers, I'll remind you. Yeah, I was a pain in the ass when I was alive. Now my ancestor divine, still on my grind. Okay, descendants. And I get this attitude from my ancestors. Anyway, we's about to wrap it up for today. This was a fun conversation.
It was.
We got some fun stuff coming up in the school. Talked a little bit about receiving bad omens and how to accept them and move on or how to reinterpret them. Because, like, at the end of the day, the death card still says death. And it means all of it at the same time. Next week. Go ahead.
We've had another omen recently that could have been interpreted as death too.
Oh, a dream.
A dream where somebody had a relative who came to them with packed suitcases.
Right. But that person who had the dream then also experienced a death. Didn't they?
They have a family member, I think, with stuff going on. But it was a different family member, not the same.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the family member that appeared in the dream ended up not being the one who was passing away, but the imagery that they gave funeral, and then they were made aware of,
Yeah. It's just interesting how, because like both of us heard that, and our first reaction was like,
wait a minute.
That's a death omen.
Right.
But then you analyze it further and you're like, nah, man. It's not though. As a personal message of transformation. Why is death always transformation? Damn it. Damn it.
I'm telling you. And so this particular deck does say that death is the initiating moment that leads to your immortality.
I love that. Jane Goodall, who passed away recently, was quoted as saying, I think even more than one time, as saying that death was the adventure that she was looking forward to.
heard on that. So unpredictable. So unpredictable.
Just because she wanted to see what it was, which is such a leg after my explorer's heart. But
Understood. All right, so we can go ahead and wrap it up today. Thank everyone for joining. Hello, Rodney Deal, who gave us a shout out in the chat room from Facebook. Thanks to everyone who was watching from your various platforms. We love you lots. Thank you for your time and energy.
thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And I'll be back for another Friday with Phoenix next week. And it'll be another phenomenal topic, and you'll get to see my phenomenally beautiful face.
Phenomenal. Friday with Phoenix.
Take it easy, y'all.